And Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich joins me now. He's also the author of a new book, Trump versus China, Facing America's Greatest Threat. Not too much discussion about China in these moments, but we'll get back to that in time. Newt, good to see you tonight. Thank you for being here. I want to start with, we've got the outlines now because we have this resolution that Nancy Pelosi and the House are going to vote on Thursday that lays down the rules as they see them, and they've had a lot of pushback from Republicans about the way they've handled this process so far. What do you think about the rules as you see them now?
Well, I was looking at their proposed resolution. I thought it was very appropriate that she was bringing it up on Halloween because I think, frankly, it's a joke. And I think that Schiff probably ought to come on the floor as the Scarecrow. You'll remember in The Wizard of Oz, the Scarecrow has no brain. And it is Halloween. The fact is that they're not doing anything that's serious. Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader, has already listed a whole series of things wrong with what they're doing. They're not giving the president real access for his lawyers. They're not allowing the Republicans to have real parity. They also are not releasing all the stuff. Remember, they've had months now of gathering secret information, totally controlled by Adam Schiff, in what is almost a Stalinist model of a closed system.
Long anticipated. He's finally here. Congressman Jim Jordan, member of the House Judiciary Committee, ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. And maybe you could help me, Congressman. Things are changing so quickly with the closed-door sessions with the impeachment inquiry, where you guys can't ask any questions and the president can't get represented and we don't get transcripts. After Thursday's vote, what changes?
Well, I don't think anything, and to your list, Brian, it's also all done in secret in a bunker in the basement of the Capitol. So I don't think anything's going to change. And frankly, even if they tried to change something to give a little bit of due process, we're all still going to vote against this because this is such a sham, and it's been such a sham from the beginning. So, yeah, I don't think, and you can't undo what they've already done. I mean, we've had these 8 depositions now. They've been leaking selective parts of it, haven't been following any type of basic due process. So you can't undo what they've done. I think this is just one more kind of make it up as you go along example. And it's all been done in secret with these secret leaks. So it's a continuation of the sham. They're going to try to dress it up a little bit.
They said they didn't want to go on their record. Yeah, why should? Because she's calling it a formalized impeachment inquiry. It establishes procedure and affirms investigations.
Yeah, because I think the reason she's going to have this vote is because the American people understand it is a sham. They understand it isn't fair. The idea that the president doesn't get counsel in the room, the people from the State Department don't get agency counsel in the room, the minority gets no rights. We can't even see the transcript unless we make a special appointment and some Democrats in the room as you're reviewing the transcript, and they get to selectively leak things because we follow the rules and they don't. This is all a ridiculous, unfair, and partisan process. But the American people see through it. So I think the speaker's going to try to dress it up a little bit, put a little lipstick on the pig, as they say, and have this vote on Thursday. But it's not going to change anything. And I think you're going to see every single Republican vote against it.
Well, and Jim, we've heard the White House say, look, this
armed by the president's request that Ukraine open an investigation into the Bidens.
In his opening statement, Vindon said this: I do not think it was proper to demand that a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen. And I was worried about the implications for the U.S. government's support of Ukraine. This would all undermine the U.S.'s national security.
All right, meanwhile, another major move on the Hill. Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that the House will vote on a Democratic resolution that will lay out next steps in the impeachment inquiry. That's according to a senior congressional source. In a letter Pelosi sent to her caucus, she says the resolution will establish procedures for open hearings, authorize the disclosure of deposition transcripts, outline procedures to transfer evidence to the Judiciary Committee, and establish due process rights for the president and his counsel. And finally,
tomorrow is the deadline for the Justice Department on orders from a federal judge to turn over to Congress grand jury materials from special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian attacks on the 2016 election. The DOJ asked the judge to put a hold on the order while it files an appeal. Joining us now,
President Trump speaking yesterday in Chicago, blasting that city's crime rate, calling it an embarrassment, and slamming the Chicago police superintendent, Eddie Johnson, who was not at the event.
Here's a man that could not bother to show up for a meeting of police chiefs, most respected people in the country, in his hometown, and with the President of the United States. And you know why? It's because he's not doing his job. All over the world, they're talking about Chicago. Afghanistan is a safe place by comparison.
Let's bring in Kevin Graham. He is president of the Chicago Fraternal Order of Police. Kevin, the president says he is a big supporter of the police, but he had some harsh words for your chief yesterday. What did you think?
Well, I do appreciate the support that he has shown for the men and women of the Chicago Police Department, because he has done that. He signed a bill yesterday improving that, and we do appreciate his support for law enforcement in general. He made some comments about our superintendent, and as you know, in Chicago here, we took a different opinion of what the superintendent did, and because of that, the Fraternal Order of Police Board of Directors took a vote of no confidence in the superintendent.